Hi everyone, welcome to My Green Closet. I am so excited to start this new series on the channel where we will be getting a peek into different people's wardrobes and learn about how they approach conscious fashion. And we're kicking off the series with Kestrel Jenkins as a guest. Kestrel is the host of the amazing podcast Conscious Chatter, and I really wanted to have her on here because she has this incredible, vibrant, creative style and tons of treasures in her wardrobe. So let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Kestrel, and I'm the host of Conscious Chatter, a podcast where what we wear matters. I'm really excited to share with you some of my favorite and storyful pieces from my wardrobe. I love how Erin on My Green Closet really talks about how when you're building your closet sustainably, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the same as everyone's. And I love the way that she kind of showcases that we each have our own unique ways that we can build something that means something to us and that's also conscious. So let's take a look at some of my favorite pieces. This piece really represents my personal style. And as I was deciding this and kind of thinking through the question, I was like, why am I choosing this really basic button-down shirt when I have such wild and crazy style sometimes? But to me, this is one of those pieces that I wear all the time and I utilize it in so many different ways. For example, I will wear this buttoned all the way up with like a short skirt, or I will wear it tied around my waist, kind of like what I'm doing today with this other shirt. And it becomes a really versatile and cool way to bring a print, a stripe into my wardrobe and have fun with it, and also use it as something business casual if I need to. Shopping consciously means really asking questions and thinking through a purchase before actually making it. So for me, one of those ways I like to shop consciously is by going to thrift or vintage shops. And this piece is a really cool, unique piece from the 1940s. And it's a pretty long dress and it actually zips all the way down, which I think is pretty impressive. And it has a really beautiful embroidery on the front of it as well. So this, I was actually in a Buffalo Exchange just kind of wandering around, and I found this piece and I was like, I have to try it on. And turned out that one of the guys that worked there came up to me and said, "Oh, are you gonna try that on? I hope it fits you, because it used to be my girlfriend's and she never wore it." And I always felt bad for that garment because it wasn't getting utilized and kind of loved. And so I tried it on and it fit perfectly. So this is a really cool, unique vintage piece that I love wearing because literally nobody else has it. So this next piece is one that I've had for years and years, and I definitely can't imagine getting rid of it. So I purchased this years ago in Wisconsin in a Goodwill. And when I purchased it, I was like, oh, it's such a masculine looking jacket. That was kind of my mindset, but I feel like it's turned out to be a really feminine piece to me too, the way that you style it. And I even have had a friend of mine who's a stylist fix the sleeves because some of the lining was coming out. So this piece has gone through many years of wear and it's in perfect condition still, and I feel like I'll wear it many more times. If you listen to my podcast, you will probably know that stories are totally my thing. I love the stories that go behind the way our clothes are made, and I love the stories that are kind of built into the pieces that we wear. So for me, I have a couple pieces I want to share that have really cool stories to me. This piece, this incredible sheer vintage dress, was actually a gift. So I had an Instagram friend, Alex of Op Shop to Runway, and we became friends in real life last year. And after we met and had an amazing time together and talked about sustainable fashion over and over again, when she went back to Australia, she was at a vintage shop and she came across this dress and she was like, this looks like a Kestrel dress. And so she ended up mailing it to me, and she was right on the money. It's totally a Kestrel dress. But for me, it's so fun to style it and wear it because it's, you know, a friend of mine found it on the other side of the world and then shipped it to me, and now it's become part of my wardrobe. So I love this piece. Also, another piece with a super cool story is, so these jeans are by Redone, which is a cool company based out of LA, and they basically take old Levi's and restructure them and change them up. So a family member actually passed these down to me. She's like, I'm not wearing these anymore. They don't really fit me. Do you want them? And I didn't know that she even purchased things that were quote unquote sustainable from, you know, a conscious brand. So it was really cool to me that she knew about Redone and was stoked about the brand. And while these are like super ratty looking jeans, they actually have been really fun to wear for me and something I wouldn't normally purchase. So I love wearing just like sheer tights underneath them, or pairing it with a really structured and business-like top to kind of give it an edgy meets more traditional look. In any case, for me, it's really cool to know that someone else wore them before she got them, and then now I get to wear them as well and add my own story to them. So I decided to wear an outfit that always makes me feel good to kind of share that story. So this is one of those really fun outfits that I put on and it makes me smile. This is a wild asymmetrical knit dress. I found it at a thrift store again, and I love that it has a turtleneck, so I feel really covered up, but at the same time it's fitted and has like a really wild and vibrant color. So it's something fun to put on, and then I always like dressing things down when they're a little more extravagant. So I have a button-up shirt by one of my favorite companies, Tradlands, tied around the waist, and then you maybe can't see it, but I have some cute little light blue pumps on. So this is just an outfit that I feel really comfortable in, but at the same time it has a very fashion-forward look. If you're starting to think about what the impact of your wardrobe is and trying to kind of think of ways to adjust some of your habits, for me, it's always really important to think about what's important to you. So, you know, what are your values? What's the most important? And then start from there. So for me, sometimes I'm really concerned about the waste in the fashion industry. So if that's what's going through my mind, I really try to be conscious of buying things that are already out there into the world and buying thrifted things or buying, you know, reused things and trying to think about reducing waste. And also in that vein, you can just, you know, look in your closet and find things that you haven't worn in a long time and try to think of, you know, is there a way that I can alter this and take this to a tailor? Or is there a way that I can wear this a totally different way and kind of breathe some new life into it? Building a conscious wardrobe, I think, is all about individual personal style, and we all have our own thing and we all have our own ideas and messages that we want to share with the world. And I think that's one of the most beautiful and powerful things about fashion is you can say something to the world with what you wear, and there's a power in that art that you can create every day. So have fun with it, and really above all, love the things that are in your wardrobe.
Thank you so much for giving us a look into your wardrobe, Kestrel. And if you guys haven't already checked out Conscious Chatter, be sure to do that. It's an amazing podcast. She talks to all kinds of people and brands in the sustainable and ethical fashion space. It's really inspiring and I've learned a lot. I will of course include links to that down below. Also, I hope you enjoyed this new series, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and thank you so much to those of you supporting me on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next one.